Hey everyone. Hello, hello, hello. I'm tired. Yes, I am tired. I've been tired today. I know what I'm gonna talk about, but I ain't put a title yet, so I'm not sure what I'm gonna title this, but I'm tired. I actually been dozing off all day today. Didn't even like spiritually. Normally I have like a spiritual conversation sometimes here and there. I shut down. I really shut down today. My son been beside me the whole time, but I shut down. I think I woke up. He was playing with his Lego stuff, and I was coloring. Then I was watching Jurassic World. It's like, Lord Jesus Christ. I was watching that, and then they were saying stuff, and I'm like, why y'all gotta talk about me for? Yeah, it's so many references in the goddamn movie about my life, about who I am. It don't make sense. Y'all know how irritating it is to go and watch stuff. I think I told you it was like a cartoon I was watching. It's like everything has something related to me. It's just giving me, letting me know who I am and stuff. And it's like people in the world be happy for it to be acknowledged in certain ways, and for me, it's like. It's like bad stuff sometimes. It's like, God dog, how evil are y'all? I thought I was supposed to be the worst in this situation. God dog, y'all outdid my mind. It's crazy. Okay, I tell you, I dabble in karma. I don't do all that dumb mess like y'all do. But yeah, it's like, come on, man. And what happened was, I was watching it because for some odd reason, I've always love watching the Jurassic Park movies. That's one of the ones I can watch them over and over again. I don't know why. Maybe they're my family or something. I don't know. It's crazy. It's like I always can watch that over and over again. It's certain movies I can watch multiple times and see something different. And this time I saw a lot of things differently. However, it hit a nerve, not in a bad way, but it's like today I was like, okay, I need more information. Like, come on, just tell me what's really good. Because I tell y'all, I know things, but I don't know things. And like I always say, I know what I need to know when I need to know it. But today it's like, I just need to know what's going on. Like, what's the parts you're not telling me? Just tell me that. Give me a little bit more information. And I found out, so what happened was, once I said it, I end up falling asleep. So every time when I fall asleep, that's when I start getting downloads of information. Yeah. And it's like my brain goes so far that, last night, the same thing happened. I was sleep. They did fireworks and all of that. Did all of the fireworks and stuff. And probably it was early, late that night. I was asleep. And then I heard these real big guns going off. But I was asleep and it woke me up. And it's right when I was getting to the point to see something, I guess my spirit was like, hold up, you're going too fast. We don't need to know that yet. I said, all right. So I was up for an hour. But yeah, today I just kept getting downloads on how these people been doing stuff to me. Like soul contracts, when these people did these soul contracts, reason why these folks was able to get my energy, they be in my body. These folks was in my goddamn body, y'all. Ain't that something? These people was operating my body, and I didn't know it when I was younger, all the way up to before I came through my awakening. All these people, family, anybody that had a spiritual gift, they was actually inside my body. Ain't that something? It was a lot of stuff, but I ain't gonna get deep into it. But it's like, okay, all right. I felt like they was trying to create me to be a weapon. Like I supposed to have been a weapon. Their goal was to create me to become a weapon for society, so they can use. So they will get inside my body and manifest stuff. That's how they'll do it. They'll manifest things through me. So that's how a lot of these people was able to get the things they got, because they was inside of my body and it was manifesting stuff. And that's how they got a lot of stuff they had. And it's crazy, man. And it's more. It's a lot more. It's a lot more. It's a lot more. But I said I could be mad, but you know what's so crazy? I'm gonna say this and I'm gonna get to where I really need to get at. You wanna know why I'm not mad? Hold on, my son going out. Close the door. You wanna know why I'm not mad? Because I know that's what y'all want. So I'm happy on purpose. It's like, I'm gonna give you the opposite of what you want. That's why I'm happy. If I show anything outside of that, then you win. So I'm gonna take every single thing that you want to be done, want me to feel, and I'm just giving y'all the opposite of it. So it's a win-win for me. That's all it is. So whenever y'all do stuff, that's the side, that's the world. Whenever people do something to me, I'm gonna just keep excelling. I'm gonna keep winning no matter what. That's it. I don't care if I have 1 cent to my name. That 1 cent about to carry me a long way. You understand? I'm gonna keep smiling, I'm gonna keep going no matter what. With people, without people, it is what it is. But let me get to what I really was about to talk about. So in this process, y'all know, like with my kids, I don't talk too much about them like that. Because it is a tough topic. Because that's when I be like, my eyes start twitching. So I was actually able to talk to my daughter. I haven't talked to her a couple of days. And what got me was this. I didn't want to even call. I didn't even want to call. Because I'm like, it's just so much going on. And I know that this is a process, is a journey. And I know that the situation they're in is not the best when it comes to communication. And I want to say this to y'all. Once I came through this awakening, I started cursing. Do I curse at my kids? No. Have I cursed at them before? Yeah. On one hand, about the amount, out of that time, that's the most I've ever cursed at them. And I was really pissed. But it wasn't that I wanted to. It was just the energy and stuff. So I get it. It can slip. Especially when you have one on real bad days. But some of y'all having really, really bad days every day. Y'all be cursing y'all kids out. And y'all got to stop doing that. Now, I know I say words, words are words. But right now, until we get to a point where we know how to communicate differently, stop cursing y'all kids out. Okay? Because if you can't show your kids respect, then why they going to respect you? It's literally like that. The kids are a little bit smarter than what y'all think. They know a lot more than you think. They know how to hold it and know how to fold it. A lot of kids pretend like they dumb just so they can get on your nerves. Or just so they can be able to walk away. You understand? So stop cursing y'all kids out. Listen to them. They understand a lot more than you do. Like the old school way of how we taught things, yes, can still work. But these kids already some of these kids, a good chunk of the kids already understand the old school values. Because they think they more spiritual than y'all think. So they kind of grasp things a little bit different. That's why they so emotional. You understand? The adults are the ones that ain't got no emotions. And then the kids are the ones that do have the emotions. They more emotional because they understand the emotions is what carries them. But we got to bridge the gap. We have to teach them how to control those emotions. So learn from your kids. Even though they might be super emotional, learn from that. And teach them how to build that strength up. But at the same time, allow the kids' emotions to teach you how to break down the barriers so you can use your emotions. It's like that. So when really what I'm talking about is as a parent being in a situation where I want my kids with me. I don't know. A lot of people don't like having their kids around. Can they get on your nerves? Yes. Do my kids get on my nerves? Yes. But I have to understand that the energy is based off the energy in the room too. You understand? If my energy is not vibrating right, their energy ain't gonna vibrate right. That goes for yours and your kids. You're the outlet. I mean, you're the source. You understand me? So they go based off of the main source, the main unit in the house. All right. So remember that. But sometimes it's not like that. It could be a lot of things going on. But the thing about it is, if for the ones that's in a situation like I am, where you don't have your kids with you like that, don't give up. The ones, the parents out here, I know it's majority more fathers than mothers right now, but don't give up. Don't get to that point and be like, man, I ain't gonna say nothing, 'cause that mama keep talking crap about me, saying I'm a bad person. Now they all up in my kids' head. And every time I call, they feeling some type of way. Don't give up on your kids, because consistency means a lot. And I get it, because like for myself, I'm in a situation, technically the kids don't supposed to talk to me, but I found a way around it. You understand? So I've been able to get in contact, but I don't talk to them as frequency as I want to, due to the situation, because I'm not trying to cause chaos on their side. Now, because of who I am, I could do a lot of things, but I'm given choice. And there's a divine timing for things. Karma coming there, the parents, the people way, the ones that screwing with them, screwing my kids. Karma is coming. It's coming. But the thing about it is, this also helps strengthen my kids up in this process because of who we are. Now, for anyone else that's not like us, have those spiritual gifts to the stream like I do, I know it's hard. I know it's hard, because it's like, man, I want to talk to my kids, I want to see them, I want to take them out, but then you got that bitter Betty, that bitter mother, or that bitter father that's sitting back, and they mad because you moved on, or they mad because you ain't gonna fuss with them, so they putting all that energy into your kids, and then treating them one way and stuff, or buying their love, or being hateful towards them because they mad about themselves, or they putting all their energy into some other female and their kids, or some other man and their kids, and you just want to be in your child life. Don't give up. Continue to do what you have to do. If your kids are younger and they don't have a device to be able to contact on, when you get on the phone with the parent, don't argue. Let them say what the heck they gotta say. Don't even fuss with them. Let them talk it out. Because sometimes that's all they need. They just need to get it out. Let them talk it out. Let them fuss and stuff. After they finish, you done? Okay, let me see my kids. Let me talk to my kids. Don't even say nothing to them. Don't even say nothing to them. Don't say nothing. No, you ain't got to fuss. As long as you doing what you're supposed to do. Because a lot of y'all doing what you're supposed to do, but they mad because you still thriving. They was hoping that you needed them. And that goes for men, and that goes for females. They think that you need them. So that's why they're making your life harder. Because they want you to come back to them so they can talk to you and treat you these ways or whatever. But, it's at the same time. And sometimes it's not like that. But in this scenario, that's what can happen sometimes. And I'm not talking about the men and the females that are out here reckless. I'm talking about the ones that's like me, that's just trying to live their life. But you end up being with someone that was on demon time, and you ain't know it until after the deed was done. That I'm talking to y'all. Okay, we out here. So don't get discouraged, because you're gonna miss out on so many opportunities trying to, fuss and fight with that person. So as long as you ain't got no straining orders or something like that, just let them say what they gotta say. Let them fuss and yell and scream like, okay. After they finish, alright, let me talk to the kids. And then you talk to them and say what you gotta say. Don't disrespect the other person, because they already see it. Let y'all know, the kids see it. They already know that they can't stand their own parent. And that's the sad part, y'all. These kids know that you disrespecting the other parent, and they see it. They ain't gonna tell you. They don't care if they get all the gifts and the toys and all of that, the money and all of these trips and stuff. They don't care. They see it, because kids care more about real love than the finances. Now, even though they accept that and they want what they want, but deep down, they know who truly loves them, and they know who's buying them. Okay, they know. They ain't gonna tell you, but they know. All right. So just be mindful. Don't sit back and catch attitudes. Allow that person to talk to the kids. Don't sit back and make them feel some type of way. But I ain't going to focus on the demon timers. I'm focusing on the regulars. So my thing is, don't give up. Like today, I was like, past couple of days, I've been like, I want to talk to the kids. I want to talk to them. But I'm tired because I know people keep saying stuff. And it's like every time when I tell them what's going on, they get a little jumpy at me. But the only reason they getting jumpy is because deep down, they want to be with me. And it hurts because they feel like I'm failing them. That's it. That's all they feel like you're failing, because they like, you know what we in. You know the scenario. You know what's going on. And we want to be with you. We want to talk to you, but we can't because of these mother suckers. So it's like, it's hard. Sometimes you're like, man, I'm trying to do better. I'm trying to, I'm literally trying, because a lot of us is really trying. I'm trying to do what's right. But God, why in the world I'm in this situation? Because you didn't heal yourself before you got with the person. It is what it is. That's why. This is your karma. Because you didn't do what you're supposed to do. I know. If I could turn back the hands of time and skip the process and just pop them out without all of that, why we couldn't do the Mary moment before? Like, why I couldn't just do it? And you know how Joseph and Mary was? Why we couldn't just do that? Why we had to do all of this? He could have just went his merry way and there's no attack. Okay. Never mind. But anyway. But it is what it is, y'all. You just gotta get to the point of, I gotta do this for my kids. I need to let my kids know that I'm still fighting for them. Even if I can't physically be there for them, I gotta still fight for them. I need them to know that the love is still there and it's not going anywhere. I don't care what the mama doing. I don't care what the daddy doing. I still love my kids. And I'm gonna continue to communicate. Because at least if they anything, they know how to contact me back. Now, that's if you have to go through the parent. If you don't, like I said, even if you texting your kids, just a random, hey, how you doing? You good? You all right? And I know how it feel, because like I tell you, my daughter, she does a lot more talking. My son doesn't. He the one word. How you doing? Good. What you do today? Nothing. It's like that. But I'd rather take that than no response at all. Because how many of y'all got kids out here that don't even answer those calls, don't answer those messages, okay? It may be rough, but until you can do better and get better, take it. Don't yell at the kids and be like, why you ain't talking to me? Why you did it? Until you can find a way to eat mosey on in, to be able to understand what's really going on. Because guess what? They know different than adults. They have emotions too, and they don't know how to express them themselves. And sometimes they express it in ways, in different forms. You just got to be able to pay attention to the signs. Okay? So, don't force it. Don't yell at them. Be like, why you ain't talking to me? Why you ain't? None of that. They ain't going to make them talk. Ask yourself, if somebody approach you like that, would you talk? No. You're going to get defensive. You're going to shut down even more. All right? Be happy that you got that call. They answering that phone call, that text. Even my son, sometimes he don't respond to my message. And it's just good night and I love you. He'll respond one night, the next night he will. And sometimes it's not something like anything wrong. It's kids are kids. But you don't get mad about it. You understand? They know how to respond. When it's time, they will respond. Just keep on saying the words. Keep on saying how you doing. Keep on checking on them. Even if they don't respond, keep doing it. Keep doing it. You understand? Don't wait months. Don't be like, let me contact them once a month. Ask yourself, how will you feel if somebody only contact you once a month? Put yourself in your kid's shoes. If I was a child, how would I feel if somebody that so-called love me only contact me once a month? Or only contact me for this event, or only contact me for this, or only contact me for that. If you don't know what to do, ask yourself how you feel if that was you. Now you might say, oh, I want to care. I don't care. Well, then guess what? If it doesn't bother you, then guess what? You tell it on yourself. You really don't care about the child. It's that simple. You have to care. You can't keep saying, I don't care, I don't care, I don't care. Well, if you don't care, then that proves you don't care about the child. So stop sitting back and telling people you do care about them when you really don't. Either you're going to be in or you be out. You don't sit back and be back and forth, back and forth. You understand me? Take a stand and stand on that. This is not a game. It's not hopscotch or wherever you jump in and jump out. Because you don't want people to jump in and jump out of your life. That's love bombing. Don't do that. When it's convenient. When you around people. When you around friends and all of that. You understand me? Continue pushing yourself. I know it's hard. Especially when you're dealing with someone that act like a butthole. And they cursing you out. Calling you everything but a son of God. Or whatever. Female or however you want to. And it's hard. I get it. 15 years of being harassed. 15 years. 15 years of 20 messages back to back of harassments, death threats, and everything you could think of. Never responded. I think only one time I responded. And I think I said something funny. And then I still sat back and said, I understand. I understand you got stuff going on. 15 years. You understand? So I get it. There are a lot of crazy mother suckers out here, but guess what? You was the one that was a sucker for it. You understand? Either you want that ice cream cone or that ice cream cup. One of them was a dessert. Don't matter which direction you was in, but at the end of the day, you accepted it, and it was good while you got it. I ain't saying all the time, but my bad. If you know, you know. It's like, what the heck was that? My bad. I don't know, maybe no mind. Shh. You hear that part? Okay. One of these days, I'm going to have a serious conversation and not say some crazy stuff. Can I get a substitute? I know there's some batteries right here somewhere. Okay, I needed a laugh. Okay, y'all didn't laugh, I did. Just make sure you got some extra batteries. Okay. So anyway. I know. I'm a mess. It is what it is. This is who I am. Just make sure you got your lotion, because, you know, it goes both ways. I gotta stop this. One of these days, I gotta stop. I don't know how to get this job. Okay. What was I talking about? Oh, we're back to the message. So, just be mindful. Just be mindful when you communicate and stuff. You know, you can get mad at the other person all day long, but at the same time, it was your decision. It was your choice. You did that to yourself. Nobody else did. You laid down with that person. So, you got to deal with what you got to deal with. Okay? So, it is what it is. None of us like it, but our kids is always a blessing. Always remember that. Your kids is a blessing. You understand? Sometimes you look at them sideways and be like, what the heck you doing? I forgot. I used to do that same thing when I was a kid, too. Okay. Back to what you doing. It's like that. But don't trip, man. Y'all keep showing your kids love and stuff, but you can't sit back and get mad at the other person all the time. Like, yes, you can get mad because if they treating the kids wrong or they being disrespectful. But you always still got to take accountability that, you know what, this is the decision I made. You know, I made this decision. So this is my bed. I got to lie in it. I got to be able to come to terms with this situation, or we got to either sit down and hold a conversation, or God direct me on what I need to do, because my kids mean more to me than this argument that we having over old stuff or this whatever, and you're not gonna always get closure all the time, and that goes on both sides. But you got to look at life like, man, all that hate and anger is only proving that you got a lot of stuff going on within yourself. And we are putting that energy onto our kids because we're breaking them. They are our future. And if they can't stand strong, how can they be there to help and support you? We are all we are kids that grow into adults that turn back into kids again. Have y'all noticed that? Okay? We are kids. Babies that grow up to be adults, and we turn back into kids again. You understand me? It goes literally go like that, because the more you get into life and you start looking at life like, I ain't got time to be fussing with people. I ain't got time to be arguing with people. Do you know you start becoming a kid mind frame again? When you get to the point in your life where you're not going to debate and argue and catch attitudes and stuff, you go back into your childlike mindset. You become free. You become free. See, the thing about it in this world is this: when we are kids, we don't feel like we are free, but we don't feel like it because someone is over us, because someone is taking care of us, and we don't feel like we're free. Then when we become adult, we feel like we in bondage because now we got to take care of somebody else or manage ourselves in the situation. And then guess what? You go through all the heartaches, the heartbreaks, and the chaos and the disrespects and all of that, to the point you get beat up so much that you say, you know what? Why do I even care about what they say and feel? Because the only reason I'm getting beat up is because I'm worrying about everybody's opinions. And as long as I'm putting love in the world, then you know what? I could live life the right way. And now that's when the childlike mind state comes. Now you're an adult being a child. Now you actually enjoying life instead of life destroying you. You understand? So when you get to that point in your life and you realize, you know what? My child is a representation of who I am. My child right now is a representation, meaning that right now my child is in a world where it wants to feel free, but it's being controlled. And if I'm the one in control of my child's destiny at this point, because depending on how I talk to them, how I communicate with them, how I listen to them, how I respect them, will determine what they become when they become adult. And if I don't give them the understanding and the love, then guess what? They're going to go and search for it somewhere else. And then guess what? If they go search for it somewhere else, then they're going to be in the same situation I'm in. Yelling and fussing at someone, but because they got issues going on with them. You understand? Because when you're dealing with people that have these attitudes, all they are big adults holding a tantrum. That's it. They ain't grow up yet. You understand? There's a lot of adults that have not grown up yet. They still have a child mindset where they still feel like someone needs to be responsible for them. And that's it. They feel like somebody needs to be responsible for their actions and stuff. So when they go out here be reckless and stuff, what they do, put that issue on somebody else. You fix it. You take care of it. Grow the hell up. You're an adult now. But they don't want to do that. That's why they're yelling. That's why they're screaming. That's why they're cursing at you. That's why they're doing all this stuff. Because they have never grown up yet. Okay? But then you, on the other hand, have grown up. But now you understand the responsibility of an adult. There's no tantrums anymore. But now you're in a position where you are like a authoritative. You are like a teacher. You are a director. And then you forget that you used to be a child. See, that's the problem. We get so direct and stern, like a stick in the mud or a stick in the butt or whatever, that we forget that we was kids. And we walk through this world numb. Because we don't want people to treat us like a child. And if we do end up acting like a child, people people think that we don't have enough of understanding, like we don't know how to handle ourselves. But once you go through the stages of knowing what a child is, what an adult child is, what an actual adult is, then you can understand how to be able to have that childlike spirit to enjoy life, but be able to manage your own world. Okay? I hope that makes sense. So, all I say is, I know it's hard. I know it's rough dealing with these people, but focus on yourself. Don't forget you used to be a child. Talk to your kids so they can understand you. You understand? And I know a lot of them in teenage years, they think they're grown. Be honest with them. Be honest with them. Have that childlike mindset and say, hey, I was your age and I know how it is. Be real. Don't sit back and you need to do it like this. You need it. Sometimes, yes, be direct is a good thing. Don't get me wrong. We need some direction. But relate. Be vulnerable. Be vulnerable. Because if you're not vulnerable, they're not vulnerable. Then when they go off to college or they go out and have their own families and stuff, and you wonder why they don't want to talk to you. Because all you've been was a director. Or you was absent. Or you wasn't communicating. You understand? I can yell and scream at a child all day, but they ain't going to help them. All you're going to do is put fear in them. And now when they get out here in the world, they don't know how to operate. There's other ways about that. Either they're going to walk out here in the world in fear, and every time somebody says something, they're going to jump and do all of this because that's all they used to. Or they're going to go out here and be a bully. They're going to turn into exactly who you create them to be, a bully, and be mean and hateful to other people. And yes, some parents are cool with that. They like, yeah, go do it. But then with that child get locked up or killed, now you like, oh my God, well, you created a bully. You ain't think the bully wouldn't get his butt towed up? Yes. When we look at all these adults in the world, you are getting an example of what type of way they was on the parents parent them. You can look at a person and say, yo, you had good parents, or you didn't have good parents, or oh, your parents was absent and this and that. And it's a mixture. There are some people that didn't have parents that is out here doing amazing things. And there are some that actually have parents in their life and not doing good at all. But you got to ask yourself, which direction you want your child to grow in. And if you're not communicating with them, you're not talking to them, and then when they grow up and you don't have that connection, you can't get mad at anyone but yourselves. Don't get so caught up in the careers and the you need to have this amazing career. You need to have your finances correct and this and that. All of that's going to come in line. But until you can open up this, all that going to be disconnected. Don't get me wrong, they can have those nice things, but they're going to get it the wrong way. Okay? So this is your opportunity and time to be in your kid's life. And for the ones that's on demon time, look. Excuse me. Look at here. It is what it is. It didn't work. It is what it is. You understand me? You ain't got to put hate on somebody else. You ain't got to be mean to somebody else. If you moved on, then move on. You understand? If they moved on and they with somebody else, allow them to be happy. If it was meant for y'all to be together, it will work its way out whenever in due time. But fix yourselves, because your kids are watching you. And times are changing. You understand? Your kids are watching you. They're watching both. Do you want to raise kids that know how to treat people right? Do you want to raise kids that go out here and get married the right way? And have a beautiful family the right way? Or do you want them to be another, I forget the word, but be out here in another broken home? So are y'all going to show them how to create a solid foundation or a broken home? And I'm going to tell you this. You can still show a person a solid foundation even if the home is broken. Because you can show them that even if things don't work, this is how you can communicate with each other. Yeah, me and your dad it don't work out good, but we vibe, we can still communicate. He living his life, I'm living mine. He's with his girl, I'm with, either I'm with somebody or I'm by myself, and it's cool. We just want to make sure you straight. We'll make sure y'all straight. That's the best way. And now they can sit back and say, you know what? I know that, one, if I'm going to be in a relationship, I want that type of relationship where, we have a friendship, where we have something so solid that even if things don't work, we can still communicate. Because sometimes some things just don't work out. And some people are better off as friends. And sometimes it's not even the fact that you just better off of friends. It's just the timing is not the right time. It could be something later down the lane. And you might find out, you know what? Maybe it didn't work before, but maybe it can work later on. Sometimes things just don't work. But communicate. You understand? Communicate. Talk. Show these kids that a solid foundation is better than a divided one. Because bouncing from house to house ain't cute. I'm going to tell you that right now. It ain't cute. The kids might like it when it comes to Christmas and birthdays. But other than that, they feel broken. They don't like to have to play both sides. They don't have to go from one side to the other side. You understand me? That's like you being in a relationship with someone and you got a side chick or a side dude. It's literally just like that. It's like that. Whenever your kids go from one house to other, they go into the side dude house, or they go into the side mama house or the side daddy house. That's it. Another family. It ain't fun. It ain't cute. You understand? So we can't fuss over spoiled milk. We all made those mistakes. But let's make sure that we treat our kids the right way so they don't be the mistakes that we made. It's enough of milk that's been spilled out here on the ground. So it's time for us to teach all of the kids all around the world how to love themselves, to know what they want, know what they need by going within. Do what you didn't do for yourself. Teach them. And maybe they'll help heal you at the same time. So they can go out and have a solid foundation, a solid family. Because we're looking for not just generational wealth, generational health, but we also generational spiritual wealth. Okay, we need to be connected all the way across the board, fully aligned, mind, body, spirit. Ain't no more picking and choosing what you think you need. We need all of it. You understand? Because nobody don't want to be out here broke. Nobody don't want to be out here mentally jacked up. You understand me? And nobody don't want to be broken. So if we can teach our kids how to be fully aligned, then they ain't going to have to be on the phone with you saying, hey, daddy, where you at? Or hey, mama, where you at? You understand? So let's come together. Let's work together. If you don't know what to do, find somebody. Go within. And, be directed to who you need to talk to. But if you can fix the situation, I ain't saying got to go back with the person. But if y'all can come to an understanding agreement, sometimes it ain't going to just work. With the snap of a finger, it's going to take some time, but be patient with each other. Have that sit down with your kids if you can. If you can't, then, try to make amends another way. But don't disrespect the other person. The kids see it for themselves. Allow them to see it. Allow them to analyze and everything. Come with their own conclusion. Because once you start putting those things in their head, now they're going to blame you when things don't go right. Don't give them no more fuel to the fire that's already ignited within y'all. Okay, we trying to take those fuels out and put the fuels in. You understand me? Too many forest fires out here, and then we wonder why our lights ain't lighting up. So put the energy within yourselves. But yeah, like I said, if you feel like you can't, you feel like you neglecting your kids, make those contacts, call them, check on them. How's school going? How's your day going? Who's your friends? What y'all been doing? What games you playing? What stuff you like? What's this? What's that? I'm like I tell you, I have been a little bit on the side where I haven't been doing like I'm supposed to. Excuse me, like I used to do. But it's been so much chaos going around, and so much it's been easier for me to come up here and do videos than contact my own kids. And that's the most authentic and realest stuff I can say. It's hard because you love your kids and you want to talk to them. You want to be in their life. You want to play with them. You want to listen to them. I used to go just jump on the bed and lay beside them and watch whatever they watch and that type of stuff. Play around the house with them. Like, this the most I've had my phone in my hand in a long time doing these videos. Before this, My kids come first. My kids always come first. And don't get me wrong, I still do things with my son here. But right now, I'm trying to get my family back together like we're supposed to. So I'm fighting. This is my fight. Okay? I'm fighting. This is the way I'm supposed to fight. We all fight differently. You ain't got to go out here physically fight. But if you're going to fight for something, fight for your life. Fight for your family. You understand me? This is my spiritual fight. And I'm all in. I'm all in. But I can't sit here and allow it to defeat me because it may not look the way I want or feel the way I want. I'm going to keep walking with a smile. I'm going to keep thriving. I'm going to keep going. Same thing y'all need to do. Don't give up hope. Because hope ain't going to give up on you. On that note, y'all have a blessed day.